opening kick, fielded at the 2-yard line by John Stone, and he's brought down at the 22 by Terry Witherspoon, who hustled down there. Oh, check that wasn't Witherspoon on special teams. That was Torrey Francis for Clemson.
And Wake Forest has got the ball on the 22, and a little better coverage that time by the kickoff team. They ought to be getting pretty good at that by now.
So the Tigers dominated in all areas in the first half. And C.J. Leak will give it another go. Not much success for the sophomore from Charlotte in the first half for the Demon Deacons. And he throws it away. Loose football. Clemson pounces on it at the 7-yard line.
Again, Doug, that was the counter option. And Clemson had penetration on their left defensive side. Quarterback had to go deep. I told you earlier that he couldn't have pitched the ball because they forced him so deep. Who is that, 98? And but Eason forced him deep. He did pitch the ball, and the result was a fumble, and that was a result of Eason's penetration and a bad decision by the quarterback to pitch the football.
Troy Bodrick picked up that loose football, so the Tigers in business on the 7-yard line. Woody brings the offense on along with Witherspoon. The late arrival was Ronnie Thomas, who hustles in there in the slot. First turnover of the game for either team. Danzler keeps it himself. Stretches down to the 2-yard line.
That's a play they used a lot last week out of the spread formation, 5 receivers and off the left side into the short side of the field. Again, the advantage of having a versatile player like Danzler, that he can throw or run, and now they got the 2 tight ends in the power set, and Zachary will probably get it on the sweep into the short side and right at the goal line.
He gets close, and he's just short. Chakuma comes up for the stop from the strong safety slot. He's lined up right up there on the line anyway. So it's 3rd and goal from the half-yard line. And Zachary thought he got in there.
Again, 2 tight ends.
And Danzler scores, keeps it himself. And just like that, Clemson back on the board. 33-0.
Well, this is kind of a duplicate of last week. They scored right before the half. They came out the second half and got a turnover and put another TD on the board in less than 2 minutes, and the machine keeps rolling.
Aaron Hunt on to kick the extra point. Cannon goes off. It's 34-zip.
Well, that's a good start for the second half, and any plans that Wake Forest made, it kind of curtailed them a little bit.
We'll be back to Death Valley. The Tigers are tough. Tune into College Sports Southeast for the Tommy Bowden Show every Monday at 4 and midnight. Remember, collegesportscentral.com. Terrence Williams deep for Wake Forest.
There's a look at the QB sneak. And Danzler puts it in again. The cheerleaders are shaking, and so are the Tigers. John Stone deep. No, it's a new deep man, maybe, huh?
And new guy, Terrence Williams. And he fields it about 5 yards deep in his end zone, and here he comes. And he gets blown up around the 17-yard line. Rodney Thomas down there on special teams. And Marcus Huskin was also in there for Clemson.
Well, that was was a good job out of special teams. Got them inside the 20. Wake Forest starting about the 19-yard line.
C.J. Leak remains in at quarterback. Mo Haley, the fullback. Terrence Williams, the tailback. There's the I formation. And Williams goes nowhere. Freddie James in there. All Troy Bodrick. That Clemson defense, and John Potter. His hat's backwards now. He's working up a sweat inside that Tiger suit.
I want to check, be sure that's Potter in there. I believe he's got a substitute in there this time.
They pulled the switch at halftime, huh?
Yeah, I believe they did.
It really is a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Clemson, South Carolina, and I think about 15, 20,000 of the fans have decided to go outside and enjoy it. They're walking all over campus right now. There's the completed pass to the outside. Jimmy Caldwell in the receiving end. Short of the first down, will bring up third down and 3.
See, Wake Forest has not converted a third down conversion all day. And this is a big challenge right here, 3rd and 3. Defense is a little late getting the signal in here, and they're going to throw for it.
Here comes the blitz. Leak has to throw it out of bounds. All Troy Bodrick, Keith Adams were back there.
So the pressure applied by the front 7, and he threw the ball out of bounds. He was well outside the pocket. This year's rule allows you to do that. And another third down conversion that Wake Forest could not make. Reams back to receive this. He might break one here, Doug, if he gets that low line drive again.
He's at the 35. Oh, that was almost blocked again. Eric Meekins almost blocked one in the first half.
And Meekins been close both times.
Jodon bobbled that and thought that Wake Forest interfered with him. Didn't give him a couple yards to catch that punt, but nevertheless he got the loose ball. 41-yard kick. Here comes Woodrow Dantzler, that offensive line. Justin Watts, Jackie Robinson in there. They stack the wide receivers now. You see.
Got a stack on both sides, Doug.
Rod Gardner. Bottom of your screen. And Zachary runs right through the hole with a blitzing linebacker streamed through. Marquise Hopkins on the stop.
Great cut by Zachary there to dodge that blitzing linebacker and picks up 10 yards.
Again, Justin Watts wide right. Zachary shifts to the right of Woodrow Dantzler. Takes the handoff, breaks a tackle, and goes forward for 4 yards.
Again, Wake Forest late. They timed up a little bit better that time. They shifted into man-to-man coverage and blitzed the strong safety that time, but the draw play took care of that. He almost broke that one all the way. Safety blitz and you break a clean draw play, you got nothing but green grass on you.
2nd down and 6.
Coming from the corner.
Woodring goes deep down the middle. Zachary catches it on the receiving end. Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, that was a kind of throw with great touch in it. And Zachary doesn't have blazing speed, but he can run fast enough just to catch up with it.
52-yard touchdown strike. That was pretty, Coach.
Beautiful play. They were playing man-to-man and had a bad matchup on the running back. And as I say, Woody just laid the ball up and allowed Zachary to run under.
Here's Here's Aaron Hunt. He's been busy today, too.
And he's through again.
41-0. The Tigers picking up where they left off last week when they routed Old Mizzou. Of course, they recorded a shutout against the Citadel. I think the defense might want to get another shutout. We'll come back. It's all Clemson. High fives all around. College Sports Central Special Edition every Friday night at 7:30 Eastern with Gene Stallings, our special analyst. And again, if you do not have College Sports Southeast on your cable system, contact your local cable company and tell them you'd like to see it. We're in 11 states regionally now. We'd love to be in your locale as well.
Well, Doug, Wake Forest came back second half to blitz heavy. And you always hear sometimes your favorite team, people say, why don't we blitz more often? And it's pretty obvious that when you break a draw play for a long run and then get a mismatch that you get on blitzes for the bomb, that's the reason you don't blitz all the time. Another line drive kickoff.
And that's fielded by Terrence Williams, who works his way out to the 35. A good, solid return.
Yeah, I tell you, they changed returns back there, and he's doing a good job, too. Terrence Williams, that was a line drive kick, and even though it was about 3 yards deep in the end zone, he brought it out pretty quick. And I'm sure there's going to be some work done on the special teams kickoff next week. Mainly maybe getting a little bit more air on the kick.
Well, good field position for the Demon Deacons. John Potter, again, we've given him a lot of airtime today, but deservedly so. Had to get those IVs last week after the rout of Mizzou. Troy Bodrick drags down Jamie Scott, but actually dragged him forward a few yards, so a good 6-yard gain.
I believe it's Byron McNeil, I believe, in on the stop.
Second down and 4 now, Coach.
That's the best second down situation they've had in quite a while.
Going right at the Clemson defense, nothing fancy. Again, the tailback. Gets close to the first down. Jamie Scott and Robert Carswell and Troy Bodrick on the stop.
I believe he got the first down.
They're stopping the clock, so yep, they give him the first down.
First down running. They had one first down passing in the first half. First down running here. And again, I think their plan was to come back second half and try to hold on to the ball a little bit. I think the first half, Clemson really dominated the time of possession.
First and 10 from the 45. The pitch back to James.
Hey.
Where he gets nailed. Marcus Lewis is in there.
I tell you what, that was a great defensive play that time, man. I tell you, if you look, Marcus Lewis, he takes 2 blockers with him as they run the sweep outside. He goes through the blockers. He's low. He knocks him away, and he gets the ball carried for a big loss. About a 7-yard, 8-yard loss on the sweep. Great play by Lewis.
Second down and 17. C.J. Leak has really struggled passing today, and he's going to go down for a big sack. Troy Bodrick, Keith Adams, and a host of others.
Well, you'll see a bunch of them in there. Old Bodrick, I think, was in there, and then Bodrick hit him first, and then Keith Adams right in behind him. I tell you, Doug, the speed of those linebackers is unreal. It's just, you talk about those 300-pound linemen that have got to protect the corners. They can't move quick enough to get them.
Third down and 31. Mahaley, the fullback, goes nowhere, and Wake Forest off to punt it again. Bryant McNeil got back there. Keith Adams is fired up, Coach.
Yeah, I tell you, here's another shot. You see all the orange shirts around the football. That's a fullback trap. And first contact by Adams, and then everybody comes in. But I believe that first down, rushing first down, upset Reggie Herring's boys.
We'll check the injured player for Wake Forest when we come back. Keith Adams, the All-American, enjoying himself on this afternoon. Clemson on top by a bunch. And remember, College Sports Central Special Edition Friday night, 7:30 Eastern, with head coach Gene Stallings as we preview all of the college football action the coming weekend. Matt Brenny deep to punt for Wake Forest.
We got Brian Mance back to run the punt back. He ran a couple back last week. Good high punt. Want to fair catch it.
Fair catch at the 26-yard line. And their change quarterbacks. Looks like Willie Simmons will get a shot now, Coach.
Yeah, Willie Simmons he's got probably a little bit better speed than Dantzler has. So if he gets a break on one of these draw plays, he's liable to bring his crowd to their feet himself.
Willie's getting some valuable playing time these first few weeks of the season, with Clemson comfortably ahead. The freshman from Quincy, Florida. And the wraparound to Keith Kelly. Nice game for Keith Kelly. First down, Tiger.
That's one of the things that Coach Bowden was concerned about early in the year, preseason depth around at different positions. But this is a third straight game where he's been able to get a lot of backup players in the game, and this is going to be very beneficial late in the year.
First and 10 from the 39. Terry Witherspoon in there now. Keith Kelly. Another first down. 2 carries, 20 yards for Keith Kelly. Adrian Duncan in the stop.
I tell you what, Kelly's a pretty nifty little runner there.
The total offense, Coach, that's a bit overwhelming when you see that. 454 to 25.
Boy, that's pretty strong.
Keith Kelly and Witherspoon remain in there. Willie Simmons 8 out of 21 in the season for 117 yards in the passing department, but they just keep hammering away on the ground. Keith Kelly again, 6-yard gain.
Kelly broke a tackle. He's a freshman from Waldoboro, South Carolina, and they play real good football down that way. And I know everybody down in Waldoboro is glad to see a young player like Kelly get in here and have some good action.
There's Kelly again. You know, not only the folks from College Sports Southeast watching his coach, but we're glad the people from the South Carolina Educational Network are watching us this week on our replay. Each and every week, Coach Ingram and myself will be replaying and calling all the Clemson games all the way through the bowl game.
That sounds good.
I tell you what, if they win the ACC title and beat FSU, it could be the Orange Bowl. There's Keith Kelly. Gets another first down.
3rd and short.
Or, okay, they just short.
Simmons led him to a real good drive on his second possession last week against Missouri. And it'd be a good boost for that second unit to get this going here as they put in a fullback and a tight end. Looks like that power sweep. Let's see if Kelly can get it.
3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Oh, Keith Kelly gets stood up.
I believe old Wake Forest outside linebacker kind of made his mind up that time. We're not going to run that.
That's Walter Simmons, the free safety, came up and wrapped up Keith Kelly. Wham!
Good tackle. Number 29 there.
Jamie Somani on to punt and coach the 317 rushing yards, the highest for a Tommy Bowden team so far at Clemson.
Well, I know that's good. That helps the passing game, and again, when you can take what they give you, you got the ability to do that.
Wake Forest calls timeout. Had the wrong personnel on the field. They're all walking to the sidelines with their hands out. Hey, what's going on?
They may not be used to this punt formation here. That formation.
And Jim Caldwell a year ago. They celebrated a bowl victory. This season, it appears they're going to fall to 0-3. We'll be back. And remember, College Sports Southeast, our website, collegesportscentral.com.
It'd be a good time to put a little touch on this punt. He's punting from the 45, but it's a pretty wind's picked up a little bit, and you'd like to see him keep this ball out of the end zone. That's it, right there. Good high touch.
Fielded by Adrian Duncan.
Well, maybe you ought to kick it in the end zone. I don't know.
That's the only positive for Wake Forest. Their return team has been pretty good.
They really have. Really have. That was about a 14-yard return, and I still like the idea of trying to put a little touch on the punt going in.
Well, I think they're going to shave the Deacon. Oh, give him a haircut, too. He likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks good. Goes nowhere.
The Clemson defense continues to penetrate and forces Wake to do something that they don't want to do. They can't run the options, and they just cut it out.
Terry Bryant led the charge that time a year ago. Wake Forest led 10-5 deep into the fourth quarter. Clemson put together a 70-yard drive to win that football game, 12-10. What a difference a year makes, huh?
That's right. It's I tell you, Keith Adams has really had his best game today. He's coming on strong.
And the screen pass, nice play. Oh, good tackle though by Keith Adams.
Yeah, the pressure is put on by the outside rush on the left side. And Adams smelled that screen a little late, but I think he heard his footsteps coming and he tripped.
There's Jim Caldwell looking on. His teams have played Clemson very close over the years with a couple of victories down on their home turf, but this afternoon it has been all the boys in orange.
Another one of those third downs. Here comes everybody.
Oh. Chad Carson, Keith Adams. Carson hit him high, Adams hit him low.
Another successful third down for the defense.
Good look at Chad. We told you about his excellence in the classroom, that 3.91 GPA in biological sciences.
Joe Don Reams back for the punt return this time. He's going to be able to fill this one.
Whoa! The line drive off his shoulder pads came right back to him. And he's still going.
Boy.
Gets it back into Wake Forest territory.
Well, that gives you an idea what kind of athlete he is. See on the replay, he lets the ball hit on his shoulder. Really hit in his face mask, but he gets it on the short hop. Like his brother, he's got good hands. He breaks a few tackles and scrambles around for some valuable yardage right across midfield.
Willie Simmons back at quarterback. And they stay on the ground. Keith Kelly over the right side, breaks a tackle, gets stood up, knocked out of bounds, very close to the first down.
Second unit back in again, and as we said earlier, they get some real valuable experience. I believe a second offensive line may be a little bigger than the first unit, Doug.
Simmons keeps it himself for the first down. We saw Willie in that opener against the Citadel, and he was fired up to be finally playing, and he overshot a number of receivers. Played better last week against Missouri. And, of course, he hasn't thrown a pass yet today. Chad Jasmine in there now. His first action, number 10, along with Keith Kelly in the backfield with Willie Simmons. 8 different players have scored touchdowns for Clemson this season. They're spreading the wealth. Keith Kelly wants a touchdown. He's running hard. Gets close to another first down.
I tell you what, as I look out there, you see on this replay, you can watch Kevin Youngblood, the wide receiver, make a great block. Rick Stocksel's wide receivers, they not only catch the ball and run with it, they do a great job of blocking. Got Witherspoon back in there as one of the up backs. Wake Forest looks like it may be coming. And Simmons is changing the play.
Wow. Youngblood. Touchdown. First touchdown pass for Willie Simmons. And the first touchdown of the season for Kevin Youngblood.
I tell you, Wake Forest put 11 guys up on the line, and they were going to bring the kitchen sink. That's what happens. They get burned with the fade route. That was a great series there for Willie Simmons. He threw that ball with so much poise. Doug, I don't believe anybody on the team has improved over a 2-week period as much as Willie Simmons has.
Yeah, I agree.
Remember him throwing in the Citadel game off the long foot as Aaron kicks another extra point. He not only executed that play, but he changed the play at the line, recognized the defense, and that's the case of a young quarterback growing up. Here we go again. You see Witherspoon's in for maximum protection. He laid the ball up with great touch and a great route by Youngblood, and he catches the ball and goes in it TD.
And Willie's on the horn now upstairs.
He's telling him he knows what to call. Don't worry about me anymore.
Yeah, let's hope he dialed 10-10-220. Save him some money. Fabian Davis deep for Wake Forest. And the crowd with 1:38 in the third quarter, I think many are considering, maybe we should start our celebration a little early. Many are filing out now after that last touchdown. Defense would like to maintain this shutout. This is the first time this season that Clemson has had a 100-yard rusher. Woodrow Dantzler went over that in the first quarter. Lazera bangs it in the end zone.
Coming out again.
Here they come. Fabian Davis. Morgan Woodward. He's a valuable guy, isn't he?
Morgan Woodward. He can score touchdowns and make tackles on kickoffs inside the 15-yard line. That's
There's Tommy rubbing his eyes. Hey, he looks tired. Is that a yawn? I think we caught him in a yawn there, Coach.
I don't know. He's probably worried about Virginia right now.
Yeah, I think so. He can now look ahead to his first road trip of the year.
That's right. That's right.
From Advance, North Carolina. You know, you look at this Wake Forest football team, very young. Quarterback's a sophomore. The fullback, the tailbacks are all sophomores. In fact, there's only one senior in the entire offense. That's the left tackle, Chris Blank.
I think last year they had 28 seniors, Doug, and about 18 of them were 5-year seniors. So they had a veteran. They built up their veteran club. They back down with young players, and I'm sure they'll stick with these guys, and when they get their experience, they'll be able to play up to the standards they'd like.
They really were celebrating last year in Honolulu, which is a terrific road bowl trip. The Aloha Bowl, as they knocked off Arizona State. They wind up 7-5 a year ago. We told you about their rich tradition of coaches when you look at Bill Dooley and John McAvick, Al Grove.
Well, to go back a little further than that, they had Paul Amon was a great coach at Wake Forest years and years ago, and Bill Hildebrand. And they've had some great assistants there like Ray Malavasi and Chuck Knox, who went on to be great pro coaches. So Wake Forest has got a great tradition of not only players but coaches, and also just a great institution and a great conference.
What about P-Head Walker?
Well, you're going back to Coach Howard days now.
Yeah.
P-Head and Coach Howard had some great times together.
There's a pressure. Nice pass. Completed pass to the outside of Fabian Davis. First down, Wake Forest. And C.J. Leak pays the price. He's down on the ground.
Well, he did a good job standing in the pocket throwing that thing that time, and he had a lot of pressure. You'll see that he's getting some pressure from the backside. And he's hit from the backside and he's hit from the front side. It was a legal blow, of course, but he got the ball off. And they're working on him now. Hopefully he's not hurt very bad.
His backup is a true freshman, Anthony Young, from North Augusta, South Carolina. And there's CJ, big kid out of Charlotte.
6'4", 231. This is a big kid. I didn't realize he was that big. Young's 6'3", 190. And looks like they're working with his, maybe his ankle or his knee down there. So hopefully it's his ankle. Here we go again. He's trying to set up, throw back to his left.
The official supplier of Clemson Athletics.
He took a pop. This young man was one of the nation's most sought-after prospects out of Charlotte's Independence High School, and he was ranked as the premier quarterback in the South by many recruiting services.
Well, he's got a good arm, and he's been rushed so much today, he just hasn't had time to throw the football. And again, Clemson's secondary is turning into one of their strong points. They cover.
Yeah, we'll take a break. It appears that C.J. Leak is hurt pretty bad, and we'll check that when we come back. Clemson on top, 48-0.
Over 50 years ago, a mysterious coded message. Stenbeck, the only trace of the plane Stardust. A routine flight to Santiago that disappeared without a trace and became one of aviation's most enduring mysteries. Until now. Vanished. Next time on Nova, mind-altering TV.
C.J. Leak being carried off the field. The air cast on his left leg. And he's replaced by Anthony Young, the freshman, who pitches out.
Run the speed option and picked up pretty good yardage on it. Young is listed as a wide receiver quarterback, so I imagine he's pretty mobile, Doug, and he may be that option type quarterback.
Well, Wake Forest has put in all the youngsters. Their young football team to begin with. Fred Staten, another first-year player, is in at tailback. Ovi Mohaley throws off a pad at fullback. Actually, that's Love Lane, and so the official has to blow the whistle because they need to get that pad off the field.
That 5 seconds left in the quarter. May not get this play off.
And that's the end of the third quarter. It's 48-0. Willie Simmons throws the touchdown pass, his first of the season, to highlight the third quarter for the Clemson Tigers. It's the start of the fourth quarter. Clemson on top 48-0. Doug Bell alongside former Clemson coach Hootie Ingram. Anthony Young, the true freshman from North Augusta, South Carolina, in at quarterback, replacing the injured C.J. Leak.
Clemson pretty much got an entire second unit in there with maybe a few of the third unit guys spaced in. Like a run all the way here.
A big gainer for Anthony Young. He's taken off. One man to beat. Pulls his way inside the 5. He's knocked out of bounds by Kevin Johnson, who saved a touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, that was an option type play, but it looked like a run all the way. He never had any intention of pitching the ball. And he broke through, showed some good speed. And now they're threatening the Clemson goal line.
Anthony Young breaks free. On a 63-yard run. Crowd wants to preserve this shutout. And they pitch back. And going nowhere was Fred Staten. Robert Carswell, who's back in there now, comes up to make the stop.
Running the option back away from motion didn't fool anyone. You see a lot of orange shirts over there. They forced the pitch early, and then Mance and several of his friends meet him behind the line of scrimmage.
Chad Carson is back in there now. Here comes all Troy Bodrick. Brian Mance, first team defense back in there trying to stop this Wake Forest scoring threat.
Sprint out pass.
An incomplete pass. It appeared he might have stepped out of bounds. Bodrick on the pressure.
I believe the head linesman marked him out of bounds.
And a flag down. Late hit against Clemson.
Well, that's the 13-yard line. It'll put it on the about the 6-yard line with automatic first down.
Bodrick, who lunged at him as he was throwing that pass, but his foot was on the out-of-bounds line.
Well, that's a tough call. You don't know. The guy's running full speed. You don't know when he goes out of bounds, when he throws. So it's supposed to be an automatic first down on a personal foul. They got second on the marker, but they've changed it now. Referee stepped in and changed it. First and goal. This will give the defense some good work right here.
Ball's on the 6-yard line. Anthony Young at quarterback. Ball's deflected. Incomplete pass.
I tell you what, Doug, Young stepped in here and looks like he's a pretty good hand. He's definitely a good athlete, but he's had a couple exciting plays here.
Keith Adams deflected that pass. Young has some time, but he actually is letting it tick away. The play clock is now down to 5 seconds. 3. He just got it off. And he goes down. Chad Carson on the pressure.
I tell you, B.K. Williams came up and contained the quarterback. As you see, Williams coming up from the outside, makes him cut back in. And there's that guy, 46 there. And there's a lot of folks coming in on him. Third down. Third and goal on the 7.
field. Anthony Young lobs it into the corner. And we're waiting for the signal.
He can't get his hanks. He's trying to play it. I don't know what he's trying to do.
Still have not got any call from the officials as they huddle.
He was reaching in his pocket. He didn't have a handkerchief.
On the field, we have pass interference. Ruled the penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So pass interference to call. Decline. Touchdown. Pass interference in the end zone.
That's a good call. Also a good catch. And Wake Forest doesn't have enough people on the field for the extra point, and they have to use up the timeout.
Ira Williams on the receiving end of that touchdown.
You got maximum protection here, and just throwing the fade route. One-on-one, and really threw the ball up well, and a great catch. Doug, as I mentioned, this young quarterback comes in here with a reputation of being a runner. It looks like he's got a pretty good touch on his throws, and they might have found something accidentally that they didn't know they had. Anthony Young, wide receiver quarterback. He may take the WR off his title now and just be a quarterback.
And we understand C.J. Leak has a dislocated left knee. The starting quarterback for Wake, who was helped off the field, actually carted off the field. There's the man who caught the touchdown pass, Ira Williams. Tyler Ash on to kick the extra point, and it's good. So Wake Forest avoids the shutout. Clemson on top, 48-7. 13:03 to play in the fourth quarter. And remember, for production assistance, call Craneworks. That's 205-801-6020. Craneworks. And D for Clemson, Brian Mance, along with Jackie Robinson. Tyler Ash will kick away for Wake Forest. A booming, towering kick. And Clemson will gladly take it on the 20-yard line.
10 to the 20-yard line.
Showed some leg that time, Mr. Ash.
Yeah, he's got a good leg. He gets the ball off, jumps off that tee pretty high. Well, here we go again with 12:56 left in the fourth quarter. And Willie Simmons comes out to lead the team again.
J.J. McKelvey in there as well. He's wide left.
Keith Kelly's the running back.
And they hand off to Terry Witherspoon.
Oh, Witherspoon.
First down.
I tell you, Big Terry went storming up through there. He didn't put too many moves on him, Doug, but there wasn't a whole lot of folks wanting to get in front of him either. Man, this is something. Hey.
That's his first carry of the year, an 11-yard pickup for Terry Witherspoon. You can see why the pro scouts like this guy. Great blocker, has some speed for a big man. That time carries over the right side. He's thrown for a yard loss.
Boy, it hurt his average that time, Doug. Yep.
You know, last week, Coach had a chance to call the Denver Broncos Atlanta Falcons game. David Treadwell was our sideline reporter. He's a sportscaster out in Denver, former Clemson kicker. And he was telling me how much he loved his days at Clemson. Says he kind of wished he was back here. He enjoyed it so much, his collegiate days.
Well, he was a great one, and that was a fine game you had out there. The Falcons didn't have it too good for it, but it was a great game.
Treadwell, he told me a funny story. He said he came to Clemson because of the engineering school. He didn't come here to play football at all. He was a soccer player in Jacksonville, Florida. Look at those beautiful mountains of South Carolina. And he got here and they kind of realized they needed a kicker, and he tried out and he winds up with a marvelous career.
In the pros there. Big third down here for Willie Simmons. He runs the draw. That's what I've been wanting to see.
Yeah.
Good. Picked up the first.
Montique Sharp on the stop.
Made by number 52, Marquise Hopkins. First down, Tigers.
Keeping those chains moving. Closing in on the 11-minute mark.
Clemson running.
First and 10.
Look at that total yardage, Coach.
Boy, it's mounting up. 5:42. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
And they're still going.
Still lots of time.
Jeff Scott's entered a wideout now. The holder also.
There's Keith Kelly. Nowhere to go. Trying to work his way back to the line of scrimmage. He'll be thrown for a 4-yard loss. Brian Ray got in there. Brian Ray's still playing hard.
He's going to play hard. He's a complete football player. Second now. Let's see what formation we got here this time.
2nd and 13. Ronnie Thomas hustles in there in the slot up at the top for the Clemson Tigers. Keith Kelly shifts over as Willie changes the play. Here comes the blitz.
Oh boy.
Batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's trying to throw the wide out on the post route and
Broken up.
got the play away in good time, but someone at the line of scrimmage reached up a paw and knocked her down. Here's a good end zone shot of it.
That brings up 3rd and
as he
13.
goes back, and number 92 got his left hand up.
Montique Sharp.
Nice play by the defensive left tackle.
Willie Simmons, I do believe both his shoelaces are untied, Coach.
I hate that. I want him to run this draw play.
They were flopping around in that replay. Maybe it's just some big laces.
All right, handed off to Kelly.
Keith Kelly with the carry.
Brian Ray again on the stop. He's closing in on double-figure tackles for Wake Forest, and he'll bring on the punting team. Jamie Somaney comes on.
It's 4th down for the Tigers. Number 24, Jamie Somaney on the punt.
Adrian Duncan deep for the Demon Deacons.
Backseat number 7, Adrian Duncan.
Uh-oh.
An injured lineman for Clemson. That's Jermaine Chester, the redshirt freshman, Titusville, Florida. And they're looking at that right knee. We'll check out the injury. Hopefully it's a cramp, but they're definitely looking inside that brace, lifting up the pants leg. Score 48-7. It's 4th down. We'll be right back after this. Tune in to College Sports Southeast for the Tommy Bowden Show every Monday at 4 p.m. and midnight. And for more information about how you can get College Sports Southeast, contact your local cable operator. Well, Chester being helped off the field. It's his right knee.
Backseat number 7, Adrian Duncan.
There's the punt. Shank that does take a Clemson bounce and down to the 38-yard line. Certainly not Jamie's best punt. .9:32 to play in the 4th quarter. Here comes Wake, led by Anthony Young, who replaced the injured C.J. Leak. Reverse.
There it is. It's wide open.
Wide open. Big gainer. That's the speed man. John Stone. Down to the 20-yard line.
John Stone.
Yeah, they ran the option reverse, and Clemson didn't have a trail man on defense, and he was all alone down the sideline.
And now he's hurt, Coach.
Oh, my goodness. I think Meek Meekins is the only guy Clemson had on that half of the drive. You'll see the replay. It's no containment on the backside at all. Everybody's slanting toward the football. And I believe there's 75 out in front and nobody down there but Meekins. And there comes B.K. Williams trying to catch up from behind, and Meekins
and the reverse. Yeah, he caught Rodney Feaster really running hard.
and Kevin Johnson finally comes up side and gets a piece of it.
We'll go to break as they check out John Stone. 48-7 to score, 9:19 on the clock.
I'm about to be tickled by a tickling machine. The question is, will I laugh?
Also, we try to cure the common cold. And we ask, why are peppers hot?
You said you liked hot peppers.
Yes, I do.
I'm Alan Alda. Join me in my laugh box next time as Scientific American Frontiers explores more of life's little questions.
Anthony Young brings the Demon Deacons up to the line of scrimmage from the 22. And that's Ramen Love Lane getting close to another first down.
I tell you, Doug, they're hurting back against the grain there. They had to reverse that caught Clemson napping with no trail man, and the fullback cut it back all the way across, and the over-pursuing defense, overactive defense has kind of hurt them a little bit here. And I'm sure this is, again, some over-anxious young people playing.
It's 1st and 10 now. The ball's on the 11. And Young wiggles his way out of trouble. And Robert Carswell back in there to tackle him around the ankles.
Young's pretty evasive. Clemson had a lot of pressure on him. He got away from two folks, and then finally Carswell caught up with it. But second down now on the 14-yard line.
Second down for Anthony Young, a young man who worked at Augusta National during the Masters in the clubhouse. Said he had a chance to meet Tiger Woods and Fred Couples and all the other guys at the Masters. Oh, and he loses the football. Nick Eason on the pressure, and it's Clemson's football. They pounce on it. Freddie James comes up with a loose football. There he is, big number 90.
A good defensive stand. Good takeaway. Another one of those deals that they're adding up. Offense needs to get a good steady drive now with 7:54 to go in the game and get them a good steady drive. Let Willie have some sound plays and use up some clock.
Willie Simmons back in there, quarterback. It appears he'll go the rest of the way. They'd like to put together a time-consuming drive right here. Keith Kelly.
Yeah.
Big gainer for Keith Kelly, first down.
Super run, super run. I tell you, Kelly's a fine back. We've been talking about having two running backs. I believe Clemson's got three that they wouldn't be afraid to put in the ball game at any time. Kelly also is a good pass receiver.
That was a 19-yard gain for Keith Kelly, his longest run of the season. 1st and 10 from the 38. Kelly again. Good move. And a 6-yard pickup for Keith Kelly.
Kelly has that knack of running full speed wide and then slipping right inside, cutting back without losing any speed.
It's 2nd and 2.
So it brings up 2nd down and 2 yards. That was an 8-yard pickup for Kelly. And the workhorse continues. Kelly gets another first down up to the 50-yard line. Brian Ray, another tackle for Wake Forest.
Tackle goes to Brian Ray.
Clemson putting in all sorts of new players. Tiff Miller in there now. Chad Jasmine in the backfield, number 10. That's Tony Elliott, not Tiff Miller. There's two 38s on the Clemson roster. Elliott now is in the slot. And Keith Kelly working behind his blocker.
Number 5, Keith Kelly, tackled by number 90.
Following Nick Black.
Well, they're playing a lot of people now. It's kind of hard to keep up with them, Doug, but it's amazing. They're hanging in there with good disciplined offensive plays.
Joel Gardner in there now, number 81, a wide out for Clemson.
And another Wake player down.
14, Obi Chukuma.
This will give Clemson time to get all their substitutions in. They are running guys in and out.
You know, Doug, we're, of course, on offense now, but defensively, last spring, we were here for the spring game, and the two of us comment on Nick Eason. What a great spring game he had. Looked like he had his hands on every ball, knocking down passes, and, you know, he's had caused 2 fumbles today and played another super football game. He's a rangy gamer, I tell you.
Well, Coach, let's take a break. It's 48-7 Clemson. We'll be back right after this. Season Sunday nights at 9 and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock right here on College Sports Southeast. Second down and 8. Another first down. The Clemson Tigers, Chad Jasmine. Young man out of Louisiana.
Brought down by Mike Cock in the secondary, but
10 yards on the play.
and old Jasmine thought he'd get him a little of that action, didn't he?
J.J. Howard hustles in at tight end for Clemson. Saw Brian Outlaw at center, number 51. That time, they were wise with the wraparound of Chad Jasmine. Marquise Hopkins hustles in there, makes a tackle.
Well, a little slow developing play and penetration, and
3 yards on the play.
caught up there.
Tommy continues to write down notes.
Hope he's not trying to record all these substitutions.
You always wonder what those coaches are jotting down. And Jasmine breaks a tackle and goes over again that right side for 5 yards.
And Jasmine had a little burst of speed there. Looks like he's got some pretty good speed there. Yeah, I was watching Mississippi State play the other night. Next time I see Jackie Sherrill, I'm going to ask him what newspaper he writes for. He's putting the play-by-play down every time I look over there.
He's always done that.
That brings up 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. Ball at the 53.
And Chad Jasmine. It's 3rd down and 5. He was breathing a little heavy. They've given it to him 5 straight times now.
How about there's a...
Yeah, make it a half dozen.
Well, actually, that's Kelly.
That's Kelly right there.
Yeah.
You're right, Keith Kelly. Nathan Bowling on the stop. Another first down for the Tigers.
Well, they're keeping the clock rolling. That's good. Eat it up and get a score and head for the house.
First road trip next week in Charlottesville against the Virginia Cavaliers. That's a treacherous place to play.
Tough place to play, and you always worry about your team on the first road game. It's a conference game, and be a hard week of preparation to get ready for Welch coach team. Always, he does a great job of coaching. He doesn't beat himself usually.
And Clemson stung them pretty good a year ago. They have motivation on their side. It's 2nd down and 10. The ball's on the 26.
Got one-on-one to the wide side up top. He wants it, but they're going to run the draw.
Chad Jasmine again. Brian Ray, give him another tackle. And there's the schedule ahead. Virginia and Duke, 2 road games in a row. And then we're back here against the Wolfpack, who looks like they have a lot of offense, maybe not a lot on defense. Maryland homecoming coach, and then it gets pretty dicey.
Well, it does. North Carolina and Georgia Tech, Florida State, South Carolina. That's a foursome of finishing there. Tough finishing four. Here's a formation that they've thrown to the running back, which is Jasmine wide out here. They've thrown deep to him before on this. But Willis Simmons takes it himself. Maybe within a yard of a first down. Looks like about a yard short.
It'll bring up 4th down and short. And it looks like they'll probably go for it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Keep the clock rolling.
Here's LeMay coming in at tight end and Kelly back at running back. 2 tight ends and 1 wide out. Simmons will make a decision where to run left or right here. They probably know the play, but they don't know where they want to run, to weak side or strong side. Go to the weak side, and there it is. Oh, he almost split it for a touchdown.
Keith Kelly just got tripped up, but it's another first down.
Hargrove's in on the tackle there for Virginia, and that was a touchdown saving tackle. We've got Matt Shell now at quarterback. He's one that we noticed in the spring doing so well too, and it's good to see him get a little action.
And the handoff to Jasmine. Gets his helmet knocked off. Well, Clemson can run out the clock now without scoring any more points and be very happy with this 48-7 win as they hit the road for a 2-week stretch.
Yeah, it's a good kickoff of the conference play.
And Shell keeps himself over the left side.
Fake draw, quarterback keeper up the middle, and yeah, they look at the clock, let the clock keep running.
3rd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Well, it was a very impressive outing, I thought. The defensive team, again, was really outstanding the first half, giving Wake Forest only 1 first down, and Woody Dancer showed offensively and not throwing as much, but running.
Touchdown, Chad Jasmine. First touchdown of the season for Chad.
That's good. As I said earlier, Jasmine, he's got a little burst of speed there. He ran that sweep around from the backside, and heck of an effort there to get it in the end zone.
Aaron Hunt on for the extra point. That's Chad's first career touchdown, the freshman.
Puts it up and good.
I tell you, that cannon scares you sometimes, huh?
I keep forgetting they're going to shoot it. I ought to know by now, but I jump every time. Well, it kind of kept the average up there. 55 points up on the board, and as Jasmine makes a great effort to get it in the end zone. Well, it's been a tough day for Wake Forest, but they've got a young ball club and good leadership in their coaching staff, and I'm sure they'll go home and regroup, and these boys will grow up. And as they get a little maturity, they'll be a good football team.
Well, there's Jim Caldwell looking on. Another rebuilding year for him after last year's bowl trip.
Got 49 seconds left. Clemson ought to take this kickoff team time to practice covering kickoffs a little bit better, because this has been one of the things they've done poorly today is kickoff and cover kickoffs. It's short, a little more height.
Fielded at the 15 and brought up to the 35.
Rodney Thomas makes the play, but like I said, they need a little work in that area.
Again, Woody Dantzler played just a little bit of the third quarter. And that's what he's done the first 3 games. He's done it all in the first half and done it pretty well.
First and 10 of the 30.
Well, there he goes again, John Potter. I don't think he's done. I don't think he did his last 55 push-ups yet. There's a first down. That makes me tired just watching him, Coach.
Yeah, like I said, I got someone down to go take his costume off. Be sure that's him.
In fact, maybe they switched 3 times. About the fourth quarter, maybe a new one came out.
They might have that. That might be one of his red shirts they got. Red shirt Tiger.
He looks pretty fresh.
All right, that ought to wrap it up right there.
The final seconds tick away. The final score, Clemson 55 and Wake Forest 7. The Tigers are 3-0 in their 1,000th football game in their illustrious history. They've been 3-0 just 4 times in the last 39 years. Back in 1991, they won the ACC championship. Who knows what lies ahead? It's tradition at Clemson. The fans come running out of the field, and Tommy Bowden leaves with a very, very impressive 55-7 win. We'll wrap things up right after this. Don't go away. The final score again, Clemson 55, Wake Forest 7, and Coach, another impressive performance.
Well, it really was, Doug. Now they've got to have a good week of preparation and go out and play George Welch's Virginia Cavaliers. First conference game, first conference game on the road, and it'll be a tough day's work.
Wasn't very tough today. Very impressive as Clemson opens 3-0 for the first time since 1991. Woodrow Dantzler and the running game were very impressive. For Coach Hootie Ingram, I'm Doug Bell. For our entire crew at College Sports Southeast, thanks for being with us, everybody. We'll see you next week from Charlottesville, Virginia.